Hi everyone and welcome back to another Unbrilliant Games. Today we are introducing yet again another new character. His name is Chicken Nugget B and his opponent is Jalukek123. Both players are around 500 elo and this game is quite interesting. And by interesting I mean it's quite horrible because we are about to see one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. So let's just get straight into it. Chicken Nugget starts with e4. Black responds with e5. This is all normal. Knight f3, knight f6. This is known as the Petrov defense. Here, the important thing to know is that after white takes on e5, you have to play d6 here, kick the knight out, and then take on e4. The thing is, if you just take directly on e4, then queen c2 proves very problematic, as there's now discovered checks on the black king. However, none of that actually happens, and white just develops a piece, c4, and blunders a pawn. Okay, that's 1 point of material blundered. Now, a job for the editors. I want the editors to keep track of how much material has been blundered throughout the entire game. Okay, because it's gonna be quite a number. d5. Now this doesn't blunder a pawn because it attacks the bishop, but after you take and then take and then knight takes back, this pawn will hang on e5. Takes, knight takes back, and knight takes e5, just as I said. Bishop to e7, and now white plays very aggressively with the move queen to f3. So that was by the way, this is not an opening at all. Like this is a complete garbage. I don't know what both sides are doing. But so far, white is just up a pawn. Clean pawn in an opening here. And queen to f3. White is playing very aggressive, going for mate. And guess what black does? Black completely ignores that, and queen takes f7 is now checkmate. So we are on move 6, and now there is checkmate in 1. And does white play it? Of course not. He takes with the knight. Now, you have 2 pieces lined up onto f7, and you found that you can take that pawn. That's great, except you found the wrong piece to take that pawn with. You had mate in 1, queen takes f7, straight up, just mate in 1, and you played with the knight. Man, if you just looked at both options, you would have found that queen takes f7 would be mate, but no, you just went, yes, I have a fork, I'm so smart, look, a fork. It doesn't even work that well, because after rook f8, there's literally a pin, or castles. And in fact, that's exactly what black does, he plays castles. Now, most people actually don't know this is a legal move, because the king is not actually castling through check. The king does not move through the square h8, so castling is perfectly legal. And now there's a pin on the white queen. Of course, you can still take the black queen, because it is a knight for a queen, and not a rook for a queen, so you're going to be up in exchange. And that's exactly what happens. And now, white is up an exchange in 2 pawns. So white is doing very well. Castles. Okay, castling the king when the pawn structure is completely damaged over here. That's not very smart. Bishop h3. There's only 1 point of bishop to h3, which is to take the rook. There's literally no other point to bishop h3. And guess what? White just completely ignores it and blunders the rook. And in fact, white isn't even doing that bad. Because after you take on f1, you can even just take back, and then white has such a strong position, and black is just lacking in development that white is just doing completely fine. And he's up 2 pawns as well. Knight c3 takes on f1, king takes, bishop to f6, and now this knight can be taken at winning a pawn, because after knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, check, king moves, there's bishop takes b7, winning the rook in the corner. And he doesn't do that and plays b3 instead. Now, the point of b3, I assume, is to bring the bishop out here, or maybe even here. But the thing is, black can just take on c3. And after that, bishop takes c3, takes. Then your pawn structure is just ruined over here. And next move, black can potentially take on c3 after he gets out of this pin. No, black goes complete Ooga Booga mode and goes me attack bishop. And the thing is that doesn't even, like, attack the bishop because white can just take it. Because after taking here, white can play bishop takes d5, attacking the king and the rook in the corner. Now the thing is, this pawn is what we call overloaded. It's doing two tasks at once. It's defending this pawn to attack the bishop. It's also defending this knight. But it can't do two jobs at once. So this move, knight takes b5, takes advantage of that. Bishop to a3. Now this move is a great developing move, except it just loses the bishop in one move. Takes. And now, in fact, takes. And look at that. I mean, white has now gotten the achievement of tripled pawns. And not only that, they're tripled isolated pawns. And if you look at white's position, you'll notice that his pawn structure is absolute garbage. In fact, I've never seen a worse pawn structure in my life. All of the pawns are pawn islands. There is a pawn island, there is a tripled pawn island, there is a double pawn island, and there is just another pawn island at the end. This is like the worst pawn structure I've ever seen. Bishop takes c3, rook d1, I like this move, it's very active, going down here. a5, that move does absolutely nothing, and in fact, white now can win material. Rook d8 check, king f7, bishop d6. The knight is pinned, and then white can take in next move. a5, and rook d8 check is actually played. King to f7, and unfortunately, white succumbs to the me see check, me give check it again, and plays rook to f8 check. King to g6. Now again, you can play bishop d6 and win material, and he actually plays that, which is nice. And instead of giving up a knight, black says, you know what's really funny? Instead of giving up a knight and losing 3 points of material, I'm just going to give up a rook and lose 5 points of material. Very smart. Great decision. I mean, this guy is excellent at economics. I mean, mathematical skills are just amazing. Rook takes a8. Knight to b6, attacking the rook. Rook takes a5. Surprising that white noticed that his rook was under attack and decided to move his rook away. Unfortunately, he moved his rook away and lost, and took a pawn, but lost his rook again to the bishop. And black just does not take the rook. He takes another pawn. He must have thought, oh my god, I'm so smart. Look, fork. I attack both pieces. I'm so smart. No, not really, because rook to c5 here, and then both pieces are skewered. But no, white, instead of that, plays rook to a3, hanging the rook in one move. And black takes it, and bishop takes. And now, white is actually doing quite well again. He's up 2 pawns, and despite the bad pawn structure, this pawn is an outside passer, which is very effective in endgames. King to g5, bishop c1 check, undeveloping his bishop, very smart move. King to h4, and a4, good use of the outside passer, I like this. King h3, king e2, nice, the king is going to support the passer. Takes, bishop d2, good, I like this trade. Now, if you're black, you should definitely not trade. I mean, if you trade, you're actually so stupid. Okay, he traded. g5, okay, I mean, white's just gonna win this pawn, right? Just push this pawn in and promote. Yep, nice. White's winning, good job. Yeah, promote. Okay, yeah, black's screwed, right? King, just don't let this pawn promote. Okay, there's this check after, so you're still fine. Yeah, f4 check, that's all. Okay, that's not losing. He'll promote, but then you can still push the other pawns. Yep, this is all fine. White can still win this. Yep, c4. Nice. Just keep pushing. I mean, you'll just win, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay, good. Keep pushing. Nice. Promote, push. Now, an instructive lesson to learn here is how to win against a queen against a pawn. That's one square away from promotion. So what you do is you get closer to the king with checks. Queen f5 check. King e1, wanting to promote. No, queen e5, queen e4 check, wanting, he'll move back. Queen f3 check here. And then if he can't go to e1 anymore because he'll just take his pawn, so he'll go to g1. And once he can't promote his pawn anymore, you'll bring your king. And then he'll move out of the way to promote his pawn again. You keep checking. And then, you keep checking. And then you keep checking, yeah. And then he's forced to go back, and then you just keep bringing your king. And then he's forced to go here. You keep checking. He's forced to go back. You, let's see. Yeah, you can bring your king here, and then he's here. Then queen f2 checkmate. So yeah, what you do is you bring your queen closer, force his king to block his own pawn, and then you bring your own king, and then checkmate him. It's easy if you know how to do it properly. Unfortunately, these people are 500, and they basically don't even know how to tie their own shoes. G2, queen f8 check, king g3, queen f5. Great move. This does absolutely nothing, and black can just promote his queen. And this is now a draw, because there's literally no way to win your opponent's queen. And in fact, the next move, white decides to find the only move that blunders his queen with a skewer here. King has to move away, and the queen is lost. Does black find it? No, of course not. Queen f2, offering a trade. No. King e4. Okay. I mean, just taking that's a draw. Okay, that... Oh my god. What? You had one job, my guy. Take the queen, king takes, draw. But you... How do you even think about queen f3? Man, think. King defends a square. Queen defends a square. King defends a square. 2 is bigger than 1. So, queen f3 loses! Oh my god. So, black loses the queen. And now, white, being the genius as he is, can't checkmate with a queen. Let's see here. You just gotta cut off the king. I mean, queen g2 here is GG. Here, checkmate in 1. No. Queen h1 check. Again, stop giving the checks. You don't need to give checks. King g3, no more checks. Just cut off the king, like queen f3 or something. Okay, not a bad check. I mean, you force the king back. Yeah, okay, just cut the king off. No! No more checks. You're bringing the king out again. Okay, just queen g2 check, force the king to back rank, and cut him off. No, stop giving the checks. Okay, just cut him off. Okay, not a bad check. Oh, he's on the back rank, so cut him off. Just cut him off. No! Okay, but that's fine, I guess. Cut him off. Okay, I don't hate that. Cut him off. Just cut him off or bring a king. Okay, good. Mate in 1. Queen. Okay, that's mate in 1. You have 1, 2. You have 1 mate, and you have 2 mates. You have 3 mates. Yeah, you have 3 mates in 1. You can't mess this up. Nice. I mean, thank God he won that game, man. I mean, this queen almost gave me a heart attack. That was crazy. So after that severely autistic game, I hope you feel better about your own chess now, because you can't possibly play worse than these two. I mean, like, that was horrendous. I mean, oh jeez. Anyways, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next recording.